Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny, the meditative morning show about newspaper comics. And, we haven't reached the end of Garfield, the 2004 movie, and my 10-minute chunk reviews of it. Tomorrow will be the final day. But today, in the movie's runtime, was the true climactic conclusion. What comes tomorrow is bound to be pure epilogue, because what I've just seen is balls to the wall action thrills that pits Garfield up against a greater evil, and god dang it if Garf doesn't come out on top. It was beautiful to see. Now, I still hate the movie. But here's what happens. Garfield's at the pound when we begin. And with the help of the other pets in the pound, he escapes when a cat releases the locks on all the cages and all the pets run out of the building. At the same time, John and Liz go to the villain, whose name is Happy Chapman. They go to his office and are told that he's at the train station escaping with Odie. And at that moment, Garfield gets to the train station as Happy Chapman is boarding the train with Odie. Now, there's a funny moment here. Happy Chapman sits down at his train car table and gets asked what food he'll have on the train. Salmon, steak, or lasagna? And he says, steak. I hate lasagna. Just to show how at odds he is morally. Lasagna has nothing to do with morals. Is that a t-shirt? But he says, steak, I hate lasagna. He's totally at odds with Garfield. Now, I don't understand how you sit on the train and within half a second, your waiter's like, what are you going to have to eat? Do you want steak, fish, or lasagna? But whatever, they do things differently in the Garfieldiverse. And then the train leaves just as Garfield gets there, and he goes into the control room and just starts messing with the controls and causes almost mass death. There's almost mass casualty, which if they committed to that, I would have been stunned, proud. God, I would have felt such things. But it doesn't happen. He just starts messing with the controls and everything works out just fine. I do wonder though, we've established that all the pets talk, except Odie for some reason. Why are there not more crazy incidences with pets in this universe? Why are pets not kept under far better lock and key if the laziest of them all will go into a train station control room and almost cause mass casualty? Do you know what I mean? They know this is capable in this world. Garfield is certainly not the first to take it this far. So, I don't know. Keep a closer eye on your pets, which is also kind of the moral of the movie, if it has one. He goes, he saves Odie, he gets him out of his cage, but Chapman escapes after them, chases after them. They find themselves in some luggage room, I don't know how they get there, and all of the pets from the pound emerge to gang up on Chapman. I have no idea how they knew, first off, how to go to the train station, much less find themselves in this strange, vast luggage room, but they do, and they sick on him. They attack the living daylights out of this man. And he deserves it. I'm not saying that's not warranted. But they go crazy. They put the shock collar that we saw yesterday onto Chapman and zap him. Zap the living daylights out of him. And then John and Liz come, and John punches Chapman for stealing Odie. It's a beautiful moment. It's the climactic conclusion of the film. I think tomorrow's final 10 minutes, we're probably just going to see kind of a happy family, Garfield and Odie getting along. They do hug at one point in this 10-minute chunk, which was very sweet. But yeah, this was definitely the big conclusion. You know what my biggest problem is? Honest, I said the first ep, I was giving it a 3 out of 10. I'll probably stick with that, maybe 3.5. I think the biggest problem with the movie, not enough jokes. I think they relied just on Garfield being Garfield too much, and Bill Murray being the voice, that they're we don't actually have to write anything funny. I think that's the first problem. I think the second problem, bad villain. Happy Chapman is lame, not just because, like, he's a boring, he's got nothing special about him, but he doesn't do anything active as a villain. He just kind of takes Odie and the rest is just kind of like passive stuff. It'd be fun if he was like thwarting Garfield with fun tricks. And we get none of that. Maybe that'll come in Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kitties, which does exist. But as of right now, 3.5. Why did I spend over a full week on this? And let's get to the comics. Alright, Hi and Lois. We see Hi talking to, I hope it's a babysitter. He's giving a woman money. I'm really hoping it's a babysitter. He says, here's for tonight. She says, I need a little extra. Please be a babysitter. Oh yeah, then Lois appears. She says, what for? The babysitter says, I had to bribe the kids to go to bed. Oh, that's funny. I feel like you should have come out swinging with that a little earlier in the night. Not when you're collecting your money for the night, but maybe when the parents walk in and be like, hey, everything went well. Just a heads up. This is how you're raising your kids. I had to pay them money to give into normal babysitter rules. So maybe just go to bed tonight, talk it over as a couple, assess the situation, and think, how can we do better? You know what I mean? How much did she have to bribe them? That's kind of on her, right? Maybe that's more on her. I would never think to bribe children that I'm babysitting to go to bed. That's a bad look. If that ever got back to the parents, like if she didn't say anything, it's like she gave us money to go to sleep. It's like she must suck as a babysitter if she can't naturally sell it. It's like Wolf of Wall Street style. Sell me a pen. Sell me on going to sleep. I feel like your one task as a babysitter is being able to coax children into the list of demands you have. It's a pretty small list. Don't run away, don't hurt yourself or others, and go to bed. 3 rules of babysitting. All right, Mary Worth. I gotta go back to it because yesterday was the most insane Mary Worth strip. Maybe the most insane comic strip of any we've read on the show so far. And this is episode 90. But yesterday, Wilbur was dreaming about his dead goldfish, and it cut to his dream, and the goldfish looked like him with glasses and a balding hairline. It was absolutely insane to witness. Today, God, it continues. Headline, as Wilbur dreams he's a fish in the sea. And then we see this fish still has the glasses and bad hairline. And then he sees his dead goldfish as a fish and says, Stellan, as Stellan is in a sea of fish. Wow, this is like trippy stuff. To see like a middle-aged looking balding fish chasing a school of fish that are looking well. God, he is... I hope there's a metaphor coming that it's like you can't chase fish. I don't know what the metaphor would be. Stellan's looking like, please don't talk to me. Dreamfish. I'm trying to move on with my life. Oh, is this a metaphor for fish heaven, maybe? Are these all the fishes that died and were buried at sea? God, we're gonna get a weird storyline for the next couple of days. He is just running after this thing. He's never dreamed about his daughter, his ex-wife, no actual human being close to him in the same way. Mary Worth. This is when you know that whatever happened with his ex-wife, this was on him. He's not dreaming about his daughter, about fun family times. He's dreaming about his dead goldfish and chasing after it because life is just not good enough without the goldfish. And I don't know what they did together. I presumed that he and the goldfish were not having interesting adventures. Now I'm kind of extra worried that he and the goldfish were getting into some debaucherous things. I don't want to harp on that too much or set a weird image in y'all's heads. But just the amount that he's harping on this, both in the waking world and the unconscious realm, is something that we should all be a little concerned about, I think. Now he's going to chase this school of fish To no avail, he'll wake up, cry that this is not reality and that he can't be a fish in the sea, and he'll go back to his waking world with 1 foot in the grave and 1 finger on the trigger. Now, I'm sorry to say that. It's a little harsh for a morning comic show, but here we are. The situation presents itself, and I gotta call it as I see it. All right. Rex Morgan. Corey was about to go into the room with Randy the bully in the hospital. He was lying to Aunt Judy and said he had to use the bathroom, but he's really gonna go in and talk to the bully and confront him about this entire situation. Headline: Corey sneaks into Randy's room. He thinks, geez, it's worse than I imagined. Oh my lord. We see Randy very bandaged up. He is looking bad. An eye is injured, could be gone, could have lost an eye. Tubes, head bandages, arm slings, the whole 9 yards. This dude is beat up. And he just says, beanpole? Even in total wilted mode, even in total destruction, he is no longer in a seat of power. He is frail, destroyed, crippled. His first word is still a bully maneuver. Can't say Corey, has to say beanpole, just to kind of make fun of him a little bit, even when he's on death's door. I mean, he is not looking good. That dad is going to prison for a long time. I feel like Corey's probably regretting going in there. Like, ooh, I came at a bad time. I'm gonna give him a morality lesson on not attacking Parker. Meanwhile, he looks far worse than Parker. This was a bad move on my part. I wonder what they're gonna talk about. Maybe Corey will just go the full 9 yards and pillow face this dude. Man, I'm really getting grim with these last two comics. Especially not even saying suffocate him with a pillow, just saying pillow face. Treating it so blasé, I apologize. Man. This is not how I thought this was gonna go. The once mighty bully, fallen from a great height, wrapped in bandage. It's sad. Kind of warranted, kind of deserved, but sad. Let me think of what to comment. All right, simple comment, hearkening back to an old plotline that was completely abandoned. I'm gonna have Corey say, "Can I practice my stand-up set for you? I want to do it on someone who can't run away." Send. Time to wind down for this Saturday, July 27th. Hope you have a wonderful start to your weekend. And remember, every day is funny.